Former Guam resident Don Farrell has put the finishing touches on the second edition of History of the Mariana Islands to Partition. The book, coincidentally, which is published by and used throughout the CNMI's public school system, is written as a classroom learning tool, but makes for an equally great home reference.
And this volume deals with the formation of the islands, as well as the original habitation where the people came from, as well as the establishment of the Spanish administration all the way up to the Spanish-American War, which of course led to the partition of Guam as a U.S. territory and the Northern Marianas as a district of the German administration.
It's an update on the original edition published 2 decades ago. UOG's Micronesian Area Research Center, with its huge archive of historical information in all forms of media, provided much of the content.
So you'll find inside of this book that it is totally illustrated. There's a photograph or a map or an illustration on every page. It is constructed as a middle school teacher's resource book and as a guide for students, particularly students for home learning, because it contains all of the structural material for education. It has the single largest collection of artwork from the Spanish period and before that has ever been published.
So now that the book's been written, edited, typeset, printed, and bound, Farrell feels a special sense of accomplishment in completing such a daunting and yet so necessary volume of work, preserving the history of the region that he's called home for more than 40 years.
It's a culmination of a dream for me to be able to write a complete history of the Marianas, which incorporates the history of Guam, which was the center of the Marianas, the governor of the Marianas. Through this research, I've been able to bring forward concepts that perhaps people haven't considered before. That Umatic was actually the capital of Guam for a long time because it was the primary anchorage for ships coming to Guam until Apra Harbor was developed, and then the capital was moved to Agana.